Hi everyone, I'm Tara Lawn. Welcome to the show. Today's episode is going to be a little different today. Actually, it's going to be a lot different today because it's just me, myself, and I, and that is something that I am not used to and not even comfortable doing. But I feel like this is something that God wants me to do. I'm used to having guests on the show where we talk about their story and their journey. But I feel like God is wanting me to share a little bit about my story and my journey and how Tinseltown Mom came to be and the vision of this show and why I just want moms to pursue the God-given purpose that He's put inside of them. So moms, if you pursue your God-given purpose, then you are impacting so many lives that other people cannot even reach. So it's important that you don't let those dreams lie dormant and that you actually stir them up. A little bit about me. I've been dreaming since I was a little girl growing up in Oakland, California, since the days that I was making up plays in the backyard with my cousins and my sisters. And fast forward, that led to me pursuing an acting career when I was young and just going on all these auditions in San Francisco. I was doing commercials, I was doing plays, educational plays where I'd go to different schools and educate kids on different subjects. I will add that during this season, I did also go to college, Cal State East Bay. And at first I majored in theater, but I realized quickly that maybe I needed to have another degree under my belt. So I majored in mass communications. And with that degree, once I graduated, I started having all these interviews with radio stations. I interned at a news station. And I had an interview with a high profile VJ at the time, and I didn't get the job. And I took that as a sign that maybe I should be focusing on my acting passions. So my claim to fame was the Chevron commercial that my sister and I did. And it actually ran for several years. We did like 2 or 3 sequels from that commercial. We got paid for years on that commercial. It even won a Clio Award, which is like the Oscars of the commercial industry. Some of you might actually remember it. Here's a little snippet.
Actually, I'm tired though.
Oh, here we go again.
I drove all day. And now I'm knocking and pinging.
I don't care.
You don't care that I knock and ping. It's not that I don't.
Well, actually, no, I don't care.
You know why I knock and ping?
Why?
Because I need a higher octane gas.
So?
But you get Chevron Supreme with Techron. I can't believe that.
Because I'm a car that's designed for high octane.
But I'm the one that's knocking and pinging.
Whose fault is that?
It's not mine.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
No.
Premium outperforms new Chevron Supreme with Techron. Chevron, simply smarter.
No.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
Yes.
So I know you can't see it, but I was the green car. So anywho, once I did that commercial, I got my Screen Actors Guild card and I decided I need to move to Tinseltown, AKA Hollywood. So I moved to Tinseltown. I pursued my acting. I was doing my auditions there. To make money, I was a personal trainer because I needed a flexible schedule. I also worked at different gyms and I was just pursuing my acting career. But I found that as I was going on auditions and even getting some parts, there were things that, because of my Christian faith, I just didn't want to be a part of, I didn't want to do. So as time went on and my acting pursuits were waning, I started dabbling into other things. I became a school teacher for a year where I taught 6th grade math and high school algebra. I was also a theater teacher. I was an assistant basketball coach. I even started my own local talk show called Life Impact because I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. And I had several guests on the show, and my very first guest was Sherry Shepherd. And at the time, I actually prophesied something to her that came true. Take a listen.
You know, hopefully, Lord willing, the show will be picked up for the fall.
Oh, yeah, it will be. Sherry's going to have, can I look into this camera? Sherry's going to have her own TV show. It's going to be called The Sherry Shepherd Show. Now, this is the truth, okay? I'm speaking it now on my show, Life Impact. But just remember this day. Sherry's going to have her own TV show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm speaking this. It's the truth.
Okay, that clip was 20 plus years ago. And I just want to make it clear that I am not taking credit for what God did in Sherry's life with her talk show today. I'm just saying that I was pretty confident when I was speaking to her. I don't know, maybe God was revealing something to me then, but Sherry does have a very successful talk show on today. Yay to Sherry. So as time went on, I started pursuing my writing career and I started writing things that I thought I'd want to be in or just wanted to be a part of. And I wrote a children's play that was optioned by a producer. They were going to turn it into a video. I got a bunch of actors attached to it, but it just never went anywhere. So at the time, I was also very involved in a church oasis, and I was greeting at the door, and an old friend came up to me and said, you know what, you would be so good at my job. We're looking for salespeople. Mind you, I had never sold anything, except for personal training packages, but it wasn't the same. So anywho, she set up this interview with her job, with her sales manager. And after the interview, I must have been very unimpressive because my resume ended up in the garbage can. I didn't have any experience anyway. My resume ended up in the garbage can. And as I was walking out the door, somehow another sales manager saw my resume. She took my resume out of the garbage can. She called me in for an interview. I interviewed with her and got the job. Take in mind, again, I had no business sales experience, and this was working in the telecommunications industry. So anyway, as after I got trained in this industry, I was kicking butt. I became like the number one salesperson, and I was winning all these awards to like Cabo San Lucas and Las Vegas and all these trips and making all this money. So during that season, I turned my pursuits full-fledged to sales, my sales career. But at the same time, I still had my writing passions, and I was still pursuing that on the side. And I eventually joined a small writing group through my church called Write On. And there is where I met another young dreamer, Devon. He actually moved out from Alabama to Tinseltown to pursue a filmmaking career. And we eventually started dating. And we eventually got married, and it will be 20 years next year that we'll be happily married. So after Devon and I got married and before kids, I decided to go back to school. So I went back to pursue a writing career. I got accepted at USC, and I majored in professional writing. I had a dual major, which was screenwriting and fiction. So after I graduated, I had this master's in professional writing, and I thought to myself, okay, what am I going to do with a professional writing degree? So I eventually started just doing freelance writing for different online publications. And I eventually decided that I wanted to start my own blog and just have my own material on my own blog. Devon came up with the name Tinseltown Mom. So I started my blog, Tinseltown Mom, in 2014, where I was interviewing celebrity moms. Then I started interviewing just high profile moms. So celebrity moms and high profile moms I interview on my blog. And then in 2019, I started my podcast, Time Out with Tinseltown Mom, where I interview doctors and experts in their field about parenting and just parenting issues that moms go through. And then recently, I've been interviewing successful mompreneurs who have had dreams, and they've turned those dreams into successful businesses. Like, for example, Mignon Francois, she turned $5 into a multi-million-dollar cupcake empire. And if you want to listen to that episode, it's episode 90. Or Rachel Marie Martin, she was a struggling mom who used her gift of writing to get herself out of debt. And she turned that into a successful blogging empire. So there's a lot of stories like that I'm utilizing. I'm interviewing these moms just to encourage you so you can pursue your God-given gifts and dreams. If you think about it, Tinseltown is a place where hundreds of thousands of people go to dream. They go to fulfill their dream. And usually it's the entertainment industry. But Tinseltown Mom is not only for people pursuing dreams in entertainment, but it's for moms who have dreams and pursuing dreams in any facet of their life. It could be you have a dream to open up a bake shop. It could be a dream that you have to start a coaching program, whatever it is. Or maybe you just want to start journaling on a regular basis and get those journals out somehow. Whatever the dream is, Tinseltown Mom is a place where you can go to dream. And that is what I want to encourage moms in. I want to encourage every mom listening to dream, because God has put a dream inside of you. He's given us all a purpose here on this earth that we have to fulfill. Most of us don't fulfill that purpose before we die. But I am encouraging moms who are listening or who are going to my website to pursue those dreams. And that's why I have a lot of these successful moms on, or moms who have dreams that have come to fruition on, because I want to encourage you who are at the beginning of your dream or in the midst of your dream or maybe ready to give up your dream to keep going. As I wind down this conversation, I want Tinseltown Mom to be a blessing to you. Whether you're coming to my blog where I interview high-profile moms and also blog about them, plus give work from home tips, or if you're coming to the podcast to actually listen to successful mompreneurs talk about their journey. I want that to encourage you to pursue your journey. Thank you so much for listening today. If this podcast has been a blessing to you in any way, I would love to hear from you by way of an encouraging review. This show is meant to be a blessing to moms, so any positive feedback you can give would be so helpful. Thank you again. Until next time.